Hello everyone, and welcome to a daily character challenge. I've done this before. I did it for like 5 days, but hopefully I will commit to the full month of January. I know it's like, Katie, you're not going to do that, but I swear I'm going to give it my best effort. I actually made a schedule for the month of January, so hopefully we can make something happen. Anyway, for the first couple challenges I'm going to do, it is just going to be emoji-based characters. For this one specifically, we have the cat emoji, the sword emoji where it's two swords crossing over each other in an X, and then a little karate robe. I don't know what that's called. I'm karate robe. I don't know what else it would be. So for this character, I obviously went with a cat, of course, because there's no other emoji that really gives an identity of what it should be. However, since it has a sword and like a little karate robe, it's gotta be a fighter. I mean, come on now. That's just... we gotta do it. So I basically made a little karate cat whose weapon of choice is swords. I don't know anything about fighting, and that probably doesn't make sense, but I did it. Now for this design, I didn't want to go harsh, but I wanted to give it a sharpness. So for the eyes, they're very long, they're very sharp, they point at the end. He's not like an angry character, but you can tell he's serious about what he does. For the robe, I tried to incorporate it in the design with that top puffiness, but I didn't like the sleeves, so I just didn't put sleeves. I felt like they were too extreme, and it would give off that he's an extreme character when he's not. It would make it too harsh. It'd push it over the limit. And then I gave him a little long belt. And of course I tried to pose him in a dynamic pose with the two swords. I tried my best. I'm terrible at drawing swords. Like anything that like needs consistency, I'm just like out the window. And obviously I struggle to draw the hand, so I just duplicate it because come on now. For ref sheets or like concept art for characters, I don't pressure myself. If I can do it, I do it. If I can't, I do it anyway. I just do the best I can, and if it's not that great, I'm gonna draw it again. It's not like the final. I try and make it the final design, but like I'm always open to new changes. Anyway, and then when I got to the legs, I had to change the foot angle because I drew it stupidly the first time. But I added bandages to try and get that the line from the sword and the lines from the belt to kind of balance in the picture. So it's on the swords, the lines, on the belt is the lines, and then now on the legs is the line, so hopefully it'll create a cohesiveness across the whole character, and also that goes for his bandana. So hopefully this will tie all around. I might just be being stupid, but that's, I guess, my thought process. And then of course I give him a long tail. Because he's got long limbs, he's got a sword, he needs a long tail to match that. And I also added that one little strand of hair in the middle, because I kind of felt like something was missing. It just needed something there to give it more unique, because, you know, we can't just draw a cat. It's got to have something special. Chrissy, are you there? You're such a bitch. You should be. When did you join? Get out of here. Then go to bed. Good night. You do not need me to tell you good night for you to go to bed. What a huss. I don't know where I was. I hate it when people listen to me talk. Because I hate listening to myself talk. I don't even want other people to listen to me talk, which is ironic because I'm recording this for other people to hear me talk. Yeah, I know I'm stupid. Don't call, just text me. Hello. Okay, back to what I was doing. Okay, we gave him a very, very clean color palette. Have the whites on the bandages, and then we're going to incorporate yellow, and we're going to incorporate blue. Yellow because of the cat character, the cat emoji. I used the same yellow from that, and I believe I used the same gray tones from the swords and the white. The gray. I guess it's not purely white. But I tried to make the blue and the yellow balance through the whole picture. I had thought about making his eyes, like the whites of his eyes, blue and yellow, but I decided just the yellow and then make the bandana the blue. That way it's not too much blue on the face. I really thought about it back and forth, but I ended up just doing that. And then of course we add more stripes across the character to add that balance again. And then a little patch around the eye, because without it I felt like it was a little bland. And of course, we add whiskers, and then for the eyebrows, I actually started this, like, doing this a long time ago, this trait, by making just my character's eyebrows black because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to color it. But for this drawing, I felt like making the eyebrows 2 different colors really made him kind of just something more unique and gave him a bit more flair. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Again, for this character, I went for sharp. I tried not to go for harsh. I tried to balance, like, serious nature, but someone who's clean cut. But also, I tried to give it some youthful arrogance to it. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about this, but that's what I was going for. I really, 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 really love this character, but I am biased, of course. I love the balance between the lines, the bandages, that white balance, and then the opposite, inverted, in the rest of the design. I really, really, really like that. I love it when people use, like, negative space or differing, yeah, when they use, like, the difference, like the opposite in designs. I'm sure you know what I'm saying. I also really like the outfit on this character. I'm not a big outfit girl. I'm very stupid when it comes to designing outfits, but I really like the way this one turned out. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, and if you think something that you disagree, that you would do differently, or if you something like, Katie, wow, that was a really good idea, let me know. I'm here to listen and learn, and that's really why I'm gonna try and do this daily character challenge. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of character design. Today, again, we are doing the emoji challenge because why not? The emojis for today are the squid, mushroom, and the sparkle emoji. So of course I started off with drawing a squid character, and she is female. And along with drawing that squid character, I decided to give her a dress with a skirt that is in the shape of a mushroom top. I feel like this is kind of a typical idea where you see the mushroom top and you'd make a skirt, but I just went with it. Sometimes typical is just what you want to do. So after drawing her into a squid and adding that dress, the sketch was pretty much done. It was simple, it was good, it fit with the emojis, so I was happy with it. The one thing that in the sketch doesn't show is the sparkle, so I have to think through when I color it what to do. So I quickly lined the picture, which really didn't take that much time at all. This whole drawing I was done in like a blink of an eye. If someone had told me I'd done it in like 3 seconds, I would have believed them. I think I saw the emojis and then I saw this character and was like, yep, we're good. Picture's done. Sold here. I can say for sure though, I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to drawing tentacles because they all have to be like cohesive, like the same width, the same length, and I don't want the patience for that. Like drawing tails is like easy, but having to draw them consistently is a difficult thing, but tentacles, I'm not here for it. But we're here to push the limits, so this character is a good character for my catalog. So I decided on the color purple because that's what the emoji was, and I felt like, why not? Purple characters are great, I love them. And to incorporate that sparkle design, I decided to go with diamonds rather than like the clear sparkle shape of the emoji, which I think is fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I went ahead and put some diamonds on her forehead. And then I went ahead and put that red color on the skirt. It's pretty much almost the same color, or is the same color as the mushroom emoji. And then I took that light purple that I used for the forehead, put it on the tentacles, and then I added some diamonds on the tentacles as well. I really like how I incorporated the mushroom spots a little differently, added the circles and then the liner of one around it. I think that's very fun, and I think it's a little more unique than just having circles. Then I added the highlights in the eyes, which I tried to add a nice little sparkle design in it as well. And to finish it off, I added diamonds on the shoulders, and then I went ahead and added that pink hue into the light purple across the whole design because I felt like that dress, it was just so central and it didn't spread throughout the design. So I wanted to take that pink or some pink shades or red shades and add it throughout. And that's it. I hope you like it. This design was very easy for me to do. I didn't think about it too much. It was just a walk in the park, I guess. My favorite part about this design, I will say, is definitely the diamonds and the tentacles. What's nice about tentacles is when you have them all over the page, it gives a sense of cohesiveness. And then when you add a pattern that's also a part of the rest of the character, it adds even more cohesiveness, so it really sells the character and finalizes that design, which I very much love. I think that's very fun, and I really honestly should draw more characters like this, in my opinion. I'm really sleeping on it. But anyway, you can leave a comment below whether you like this design or not, what you would change. I'm honestly very much open to hearing criticism about this design or any ideas. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 3 of character design. Again, we are doing the emoji challenge. Today's emojis are a shell, a music note, and a little kissy. This character design for today is my favorite. It's my favorite I've done this week. It's so cute. I love it. For this design, I decided to go female, and I decided to go for Chunky Mama. Since it just shows the lips emoji, I decided that on her face, she would only show her lips. So we gave her big, chunky hair, which her hair was actually inspired by bubble coral. I felt like it was kind of a fun idea since she has that shell, and it'll give a good ocean theme. I incorporated the shell into this design by making her hat, like a beanie, into the shape of a shell. And to tie in the music note, I decided that she was going to be a saxophone player, because I'm a saxophone player and I'm also a chunky mama. And as chunky mamas, we play the saxophone. It's what we were born to do. So I made her a little like ocean saxophone. It is like also kind of shaped like a shell in that spiral. And it didn't really take me all that long to sketch the concept out. So I started lighting pretty quickly. I also gave her this really cute like suit jacket with nice bubble sleeves, and then to make the bubble sleeves like stand out more, I wrapped her arms in like tight fabric. That way made her bubble shoulders pop out more. And throughout the design, I made sure to keep everything nice curved, not harsh lines, keep it nice and curved so the design is all well rounded. Since we're going for a music-y style, I feel like bell bottoms are really appropriate for this, so I went ahead and gave her bell bottoms. I think they really match her style and energy. And then I wanted the coloring, and coloring took a long time, because originally I wanted to give her really dark red skin, but it was not working out as much as I really wanted it to work. It just wouldn't. So I eventually gave up on that, but I really tried to push it for a long time, because I wanted a character with red skin, but alas, it was never meant to be. I went ahead and went around her skin and added dots just to give a bit of variance on the skin. And then I kept messing around with the color palette and did not like the red. I eventually gave up, but again, it took me forever. And so when I got a color palette I kind of liked, but that wasn't working, I went ahead and threw a color over it and then changed the blending, which if you're ever stuck on a set of colors that you're like, I kind of like this, throw a color over it and then add a different blending, because the color palettes you'll find are just beautiful. With this emoji set, I have an excuse to actually do red and blue because the music note's blue and the lips are red, so I kind of had to do it. Anyway, I hope you like it. It has a nice ocean theme, it's got stars, it's got everything anyone could ever want, and I named her Bukara because I felt like it. I kind of mashed bubble coral and then added the Cora at the end and came up with Bukara. And that is it for this design. Again, I love her. She's amazing. She will fit in with my ocean characters very well, and I'm glad to have her. Hello everyone and welcome to day 4 of character design. Now, in the last one, I said that Bukara was probably going to be my favorite, but I think it's today's. I think it's this one. I love it so much. Today's emojis are the deer emoji, blood emoji, and the spider emoji. So for this character, I went ahead and decided that instead of making the spider what he will be, I made it the deer because I just didn't want to draw a spider. And I actually have quite a few spider characters, so. But then again, most of them are female. And this character will be male. Now, since he is a deer, I gave him the deer ears and I pointed them downwards. And I gave him a big little schnoz. For his hair, I decided to slick it back in a bun. And then I added those spiders. I added like spiders as antlers, and I think that is so cute. I wanted to give this character definitely an edgy kind of horror vibe, but he's not a mean guy. He's pretty much a soft sweetie. Now, this design, he is definitely a more top muscle rather than leg muscle. He has longer legs, and I gave him hooves. I was trying to make his hair color more fun, but I ended up just using the red. And I gave him a little bit of scruffy. Give a bit of a beard, and I think that is so cute. To incorporate that blood emoji, I made one of his eyes blood red, and then I had it drip down his whole shirt. And then I added 2 lines on his hands, just to incorporate that design somewhere else. Just to incorporate that pattern somewhere else in the design, so it was just more balanced. And since that hair color of his was like only on his hair, I went and put it on the pants. That way that it just didn't stick out and it felt more cohesive. And that's pretty much it. I love this character. I think he's such a soft sweetie. I think he's been through a lot, but I think he's strong for it. You know, he overcame, he conquered. You know, it's just such a solid character design. It's got a simple color palette, it's got a simple concept, it's got a simple design, and I think I really killed it. I'll be honest, I think I slayed in this one. I think I did so very good. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and that's it. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 5 of character design. Today's emojis are the skull and crossbones, a red bow, and a crystal ball. So with all those emojis in mind, I decided to draw a witch. So when I was thinking through what kind of witch I would want, I decided that I would go with like an elf. So I gave her little pointy elf ears. She's quite short. I decided that since she's going to have a crystal ball on her head, I decided that very, very easily early on because I was like, that just makes sense for her to have a crystal ball in her hair. And then the crosses sticking out. The bones sticking out like the skull and crossbones. And then to match the round shape of the crystal ball on top, I was like, it'd be perfect to give her a ball gown dress. So that's what I did. And of course, to incorporate the skull, I put a little skull mask on her head. Since there is a bow emoji, I decided to throw some bows all throughout her hair because that's just cute. She's not an ugly witch, but I definitely wouldn't say she's polished. But she is pretty. Now, lining this took forever, and honestly, typically with drawings like this, I really enjoy it, but I did not enjoy this. It was honestly just, I had to push myself to finish it, and you're welcome. You're welcome, I finished it. I was strong for us. Typically, like, drawing hair and all, like, the strands, so very, like, soothing for me and, like, a de-stressor, but I'm like, this was not a de-stressor. I just wanted to just fall over and be like, okay, I'm gone. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of drawing bows because, like, they have to be consistent, and I'm just like, no. I feel like I've really learned that anything I have to draw consistently, I don't want to do. But I hunkered down and I did it. Be proud of me. Now, I added bandages to the arms, and I did that because of the hair strands. I felt like having those, like, strands that are wrapping around her head would match well if we put bandages on her arms as well. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not very good at explaining what I mean, but I think you probably understand. And of course her hair is super long. We want to make it as big as her personality. And she's got a lot of it. And just adding all the layers and frills in the dress, which honestly, that was probably the most fun part. Picking where they got to go. I think that's quite fun. And so the ball gown dress is not boring, and it's not just like one color overall. I gave it many different fabrics, and I felt like that kind of sold the idea that she's a witch, and she probably made it herself. Since there's a lot of layers in the dress, there's got to be a lot of layers in the hair just to give it some balance, and I feel like it really looks good. I actually think making a dress like this would be so very entertaining. And then I was on to color, and color, I don't know what is up with color. These like couple characters, like for Bukara and Althenia. Oh, I named this character Althenia, by the way. I don't know how I got that name. Althenia, that's her name. That's what I chose. But For her and Bukura, there's something about picking color that I was just like, Maybe it's because the emojis, I try to use those exact colors. And it sometimes doesn't work. But that's what I tried to do for this one. And it looks alright, but it just looks cookie cutter coloring book, you know what I mean? So I just did not like it. So I started doing what I wanted. I played around with the color palette for a long time. I definitely had to keep the red. The hair I really liked as a silvery tone. I really didn't want to change it. And I went in and added some pattern to the dress just to give it some more uniqueness, because it was really boring having it just like singular colors. And I gave Althenia a bold lip, which I think is so fun. I think it really helps the contrast of everything. I also like that her center shirt is a very dark color so that it doesn't blend in with her hair. I just think everything in the final color palette looks good. I'm very glad I settled on these colors. I really like in the hairpiece, the bones have little bandages around them too. I think that's really cute. Oh, and I did add that pattern that's on the dress onto the arms. And that's pretty much it. I wish I had more to say about these character designs. I feel like I don't talk that much about them, but as an artist, I kind of just like pull things out of my brain without thinking about them too much. But like, I pull things out of my brain without thinking about them too much, but I know why I do it when I do it. Like, my brain already has the instinct to match specific things up or pick a color in the midst of white to be darker in contrast. So sorry if I don't explain stuff well, but this character design is great. She took forever to draw. Characters do not normally take me like 2 hours, but she took probably more than that. I'm not sure. Let me check. Oh, that's embarrassing. She took an hour and 43 minutes. That can't be. Well, that's embarrassing. She took a while. At least it felt like a century. Anyway, that's it. I'm sorry. I need to get better at these voiceovers. I apologize. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 6 of character design. Today's design is so cute and adorable. It is Twinkie. I named him Twinkie. He's a little cutie and I love him. His emojis are the pie emoji, the little smile with the tongue sticking out, and the sparkle emoji. Now, I don't know how I got onto drawing a red panda with these emojis, but it just kind of happened. But I will not apologize because Twinkie is so cute. So he's of course going to be dessert themed because of the pie. So I drew a red panda and I threw some swirls of, what's it called? Icing. I don't know, why was that so difficult to think of? I put some swirls of icing on his head and I threw some strawberries on, just like the pie. Now I drew him a very like short, chubby little guy, so he's not all that big, but he's got a huge tail because of course I just had to do it. I love giving animals just obnoxiously large tails. It's gotta happen. I went ahead and drew one strawberry and then I copy and pasted along the rest of the drawing because I'm not stupid. I feel like I've talked about in every single character design that if I have to do something consistently over and over again, I don't want to do it, and I stand by that. So I went on to coloring after that. Lining was very, very easy. And I just took the colors from the emoji, I think, and I altered them probably like a little bit. I don't really remember. They look similar, but they might be the same. I'm not sure, honestly. I think the ones from the pie I might have altered a little bit just to flow better. However, I tried to use the same colors. However, for the icing and like other colors, I altered a little bit. So the icing is like a light blue, and then I added, well, the icing, it's a different type of icing. Like the white icing is the swirled icing, and then like I added drip icing, like on the tail that's blue. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. And then I took the sparkles and I added it all over, and I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. My favorite thing to do with dessert characters is just add too much of everything, and that is my city. So I added sparkles, which that probably took the longest, was adding sparkles and sprinkles to everything. I did it all in 3 colors. I did the blue, the pink, and the yellow, just like the emoji. I mean, that's the point of this challenge, so let's make it work. I will say, a de-stressor, definitely drawing sprinkles and stars, or if I could words, drawing sprinkles or sparkles on stuff. Mariah Elizabeth, you know, if you watch her, she was right. She was right. And that's on period. There's just something about it. It's like, it's easy and it's just, it looks good. I bet you she would love this design. I hope she would. She probably would. I mean, I hope she would. It'd be really embarrassing if she did it. After I did all that, the character needed a contrast because everything was just too lighter toned, you know what I mean? So I threw in some choco. We added chocolate under his tail. Then we add some chocolate marks on the legs. One has marks going lower and then one has higher, and then on the tummy and chest. And we threw it on the arms and head and ears. I think it looks so good. Gotta make sure to keep the paw pads visible though. That's very important. Then we threw on some more sprinkles because we had to do it. It was the law. There was no other choice. Oh, and I did also add chocolate going down from his eyes because I think that's so cute and it fits the red panda. I think it's so cute. I love his little snout. I don't normally draw characters like that with the very like itty bitty snout that like doesn't fill the whole face, but it's so cute. And that's pretty much it. I love him. His name is Twinkie. It's a great name. I love him. Now, if I had one thing to fix or critique about this character, I'm not going to change it because I think it's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Is the strawberry, the red and green color on it, it's only on the strawberry and on the eyes and nose. And I think it's, it kind of stands out a bit and it doesn't balance, but it's like not that big of a deal. Like, if that's me like analyzing it as an artist, that's what I would say. But I love him. He's so cute and I'm very happy with him. Hello everyone and welcome to day 7 of my daily character design challenge. Today we are drawing a dessert comfort character. Last night at 2 a.m. I was in my feels. Now I wasn't sad, I was just in my feels and I just wanted to draw a character that I would want to cuddle. Because some of us just want a character we can cuddle, you know? So I decided to draw a lion. He is tallish, and he has a little pocket of chunk on his tummy. That is very important. We love all body types here. And he's got a big plushy mane along with 2 leg warmer tuffies and a long tuffy tail. I decided when I was lining the mane that I would add 3 buns with scrunchies. So there's one on the top left and right, and I love that for me and I love that for him. Now about drawing the fur, I've actually been asked a lot about drawing fur. Like, how do you know which way to direct it, how to draw it? And I will be the first one to tell you, I don't know. It's definitely something I just feel out and kind of guess, and if I add a tuft or a swirl, I'll like zoom out the picture and like, does that look right? And if it doesn't, I'll just erase it and try again. But if it fits, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Heidi just yawned and it was really cute. But where was I? That was so cute. All my attention had to go to that. Anyway, I am not one who would be able to tell you how to draw fur. However, I find it very therapeutic and quite easy to do. It's just a little time consuming. So I would say that is probably one of the things that took the longest with this drawing. And then I went to coloring, and of course, my Katie brain, we always go back to blue and red, or blue and pink, or just any variants of that, because that is just what I was born to do for some reason. Blue and red is just my city. I guess I'm patriotic. So I decided that I would go ahead and make his skin white, but then I was like, no, I don't want to make it a pure white because that's stupid. Well, it's not stupid, I'm being dramatic. It's not a smart thing to do, especially if you want to add some brights, because when you add a bright that takes up the whole character, you can't add little detail brights, you know what I mean? Which was important because I wanted to add sprinkles, I wanted to add icing, or patterns that look like it. So I made it a very light blue. I took the airbrush and I airbrushed some darker blues across his fur, and then I took white and I kind of did white drizzles, and then I added sprinkles on top of that, which I really liked. It took forever to decide like what sprinkles worked, what didn't, what pinks work here, what blues work here. Honestly, that is probably one of the things that took up the most time as well. And I realized when coloring it, I couldn't have the two tufts on the bottom of the leg be the same color as the tail, because it would just clash and you wouldn't be able to read it. Even now, I'm just like, I like the design. However, there is definitely some room for improvement when it comes to the tail and the leg warmers. I'm not sure exactly what that improvement would be. I couldn't rack my brain around it. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. But for now, it is this. It's cluttered chaos, which I kind of love. Sometimes you just have to have a character that has cluttered chaos. I also went ahead, when I did the fur, the mane, I was originally going to make it one color for the mane and the leg warmers, but then I'm like, no, I should make it two. I should make it like fade, and I love that. I'm glad I went with that route, because I think I would have sat there for another hour being like, I hate this. So I did that, and then I took the colors, the neon colors that were in the sprinkles, and I put it across the little leg warmers and the mane. And I think that really added a sense of cohesiveness along the whole thing. And then I took some white sprinkles and put it throughout. I also really like the mismatched colors on the eyebrows and ears. And then I pretty much just finished it off with those little nails, adding the two different colors, and the eyes, two different colors, and that's pretty much it. I think in total this character took like an hour 40 minutes, or an hour 30, somewhere around there to draw, which is honestly a long time for me. But I hope you like it. I really love this guy. I named him Kirk, and I love that name. It's K-I-R-K. I think that's so cute. You know, we went for not an extreme character, but a cluttered character, a cluttered in design, a very detailed. He's definitely not a pushy character. He's probably more along the lines of shy, but sociable, I'd say. But that's it. That's all I can say. You really cannot go wrong with covering a character in frosting and sprinkles. And I stand by that. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 8 of character design. Now for today's challenge, I gave myself an easy well, I guess some people might not think it's easy, but I think it's easy. An easy challenge in that is to just design a pink character. A character whose majority color palette is pink. Now, obviously, I'm going to give her other colors to make her look good, but the goal is that she is themed around pink. So when I was drawing, I honestly just started drawing. I didn't think about what I was going to draw, but I ended up drawing a tiger mouse. A mouse that is part tiger. And she ends up looking really cute. I will say it now. You will love this design. Now, I started drawing the tiger mouse. I gave her a really round head, gave her some nice tigerish, mouse-ish ears. I kind of combined the two. I wanted to give her a haircut, but nothing was working. So my bright idea is to give her a hood. And it ended up looking so good, and I feel like it fits her personality so well. Now, under her hood, she does have an eye on her chest, but in the final rough sheet, you can't see it because of the hood, but it's there. Sketching was really easy, did not take long at all. For her outfit, she has like a swimsuit on, like a one piece, and then it's got a skirt over it that is sheer, so you can see through it. I added bandages on the face, and I gave her whiskers as eyelashes. I like to do that for my characters. I think it's cute. There really isn't much to say about lining this picture, so I'll probably let you just watch the majority of me doing the line art. So enjoy. I'd say the only thing that was a pain for the line art was lining the skirt, just because, I don't know, I wanted it to look nice and I just kept messing up. But I ended up getting it eventually. And onto color, and of course, we are going for pink. So her skin tone is a very nice light pink, and her hood is a hot pink, which is very cute. And I decided that the complementing color would be a nice green. So her eye whites are colored as green, and those bandages will be green as well. And I went and added more bandages on her because I felt like it was really weird to just have 2 bandages on the face and none anywhere else. It kind of just like stuck out. But it was a really good idea for me to add bandages because that green color would only appear in the eyes, parts of the shirt, and parts of the tail. And it would really stick out as like, why is there green there? But adding the bandages with the green really solidifies the color palette. And then I go on to the pink, words are difficult. Then I go onto the skin and add a darker pink, and I add tiger stripes. Sorry if you can hear my guinea pigs, they're having a ball. You girls having fun. Hey, don't bite her ears. What's wrong with you? Hey, don't make me get you. I'll get you. Quit it. What's wrong with you two? Little freaks. Oh, I've upset them. What? They're so rebellious today. I don't know what's gonna do. Anyway, and I added that hot pink on the skin, and I added some yellow, which I think it just added a nice highlight to everything. I added it above her eyes and on her forehead and on top of her ears and her paw pads. And I love the tail. I think it's so fun. Just all the random colors. Because, like, it looks good, but, like, doesn't, if like when you look at it, it doesn't make sense, but it looks good. But it also makes sense if you really look at it, if that makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's it for the design. I really like her. I named her Mifsy. I just thought of that name. I don't know if that's a normal name, but Mifsy is her name. She's super cute. I actually paired her up to be a girlfriend of one of my current characters, Ezekiel, and I think they make the cutest couple. I did a sketch of them. If I have the file still, I'll throw it up for you. But they're so cute because Ezekiel's such a little softie, and Mifsy, I think she's kind of hard-headed, abrasive, but very fun to be around. So I think they make a cute couple. Hello everyone and welcome to day 9 of character design. Today is a little different. I was sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do for the challenge today. And I just went to Pinterest because that's what you do when you're an artist. And I scrolled for like forever, not picking something because that's also what you do as an artist. But then I found a prompt board and was like, yeah, I like this. So I picked one of the prompts and the prompt was kiss. And then I had a great idea to draw a character covered in like stickers, like they're not stickers, but like covered in like a pattern that looks like stickers. Once you see the final, you'd be like, oh, I get it. That makes sense, Katie. You're not stupid. And I really hope you don't think I'm stupid. I'm stupid. No, it probably is true. I'm lying to myself. But this character is probably the simplest I've done this whole challenge. Am I okay with that? Yeah. Yeah, I am, because this character is so cute. Okay, so basically I designed a polar bear, a chunky boy polar bear, that is covered in kisses, you know, smooches, and little frowny faces. And I think that is adorable, and I stand by that. I named him Polaris. Chrissy has a character that's named Polaris, and she was like, you should use that name. And I was like, I was thinking the same thing, because it was both in our minds, because she had just named a character Polaris, but I think it just fits both of them really well. I'll throw up Chrissy's character right here, because it's cute and cool. They're so different, yet they have the same name, and that is funny to me. So, I mean, this design is just simple. It's good, it's clean, it's simple, it's cute. You know, I went on the line art pretty quickly. I actually like the sketch better than like the line art and final. I think it was like probably the first thing I was drawing, and I was just being too stiff and not being loose, and I was just too robotic with it, and I think that really messed it up. But I mean, it's a rough sheet. What am I gonna do? Shoot me? No, it's fine. Like I'm pretty I think I've said this before, but I'm pretty loose when it comes to concept rough sheets, or like the first rough sheet I'm drawing of a character. You know, you never want to be too hard on yourself when you're designing a character, because your opinions of that character could potentially change. Now, I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I was looking at My Little Pony. I know I'm going off track, but I might as well at this point. But I was looking at My Little Pony, like, designs of what they were before they got the final concepts, and like every pony was different, like really different in color palette, besides Applejack and Fluttershy. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, I have characters that I design and I just never change them. It's pretty rare for me to redesign a character. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So that's like really funny. I find it funny. I'd like to think I just do it perfect the first try, but that's probably not the case. I'm probably just stubborn and don't want to change it. Anyway, back to the drawing. I know, I'm a chatterbox apparently. But I drew a polar bear. He's got smooches on him. He's cute. It is what it is. I made him chunky. At this point, all my characters are just gonna be little marshmallows. My head's starting to hurt. This is so frustrating. This voiceover's, I don't know anymore. I'm just really tired. It's been a lot. I've been through a lot. I haven't been through a lot. I'm being dramatic. I don't need sympathy. I'm pitiful. Anyway, I started adding the frowny faces, and they are just black, and then I put white on it to do the little faces, and they're cute, and I love them. This character would be so fun to have a fursuit of, except for the fact that it's white and that's really difficult to keep clean. But I did end up airbrushing over the white, adding some red so it wasn't just white, and it added some flavor, added some funky fresh vibes. And maybe he just killed someone. You don't know. You don't know him. No, he wouldn't do that. He's cute. He's a precious boy. We love him. Can you tell my favorite color palette is like black, white, and red? Can you tell? Can you tell my second favorite is red and blue? You're welcome for that information. Maybe you didn't know that, but now you do. There's just there's just nothing better than a red, white, and black color palette, and I stand by that. Ugh, I probably shouldn't try and talk while I yawn. That's real smart. Thank you, Katie. And I added the kisses. I just copied and pasted them because, again, consistency. We don't know her. Then I added the red on the paw pads and called it a day. I love this character. I just want to give him a little hug. He's so cute. Little precious boy. Again, his name is Polaris. He's a great little dude. And that's pretty much it. I'm sure this voiceover was so very entertaining and not boring at all. You're welcome. Hi everyone, and welcome to day 10 of character design. Today we have a fruit themed character, but I didn't go into it with any specific concept in mind because I was having a really difficult day. I'm not going to go into why. I'm not going to explain all that, but I was having a bad day, like a really bad day. And I kind of just sat down and was listening to music, and I just wanted to draw a character that I wanted to be in that moment or feel like. So I drew Pollyanna. Of course, when I get in my feels, I draw comfort characters, and she's a comfort character. She is a panda, and I often choose pandas as comfort characters as well. So it's not surprising that she's a panda. But I just sat down, I started sketching, and I was just feeling really upset. So I don't have a lot to say about the design. I kind of just shut my brain off. I mean, I could say a few things, so I will, but I'm sorry if there's not like a whole lot of like artistic, opinions. But I love this girl. I gave her a little buck tooth. I think that's adorable. I think that really shows her silly nature. The line art looks great. I think I did a great job. I'll be honest, I think it's one of my better line art works. Not that I think I do bad. I think I do pretty good the majority of the time. While I was drawing this character, I was actually listening to Tom Cardy's Hot Shit song, which is a great song if you haven't heard it. Right now, it's like that song makes me feel better. It just does, because it screams Katie McKean, and sometimes I forget that I am that person. And having characters like this definitely make me feel grounded and definitely make me feel better. Yeah, I always having characters like this always sits me down, and I realize how on earth people get through the day without having their own little world and characters that they bond with. I don't know, maybe I'm sure there's some sort of trauma behind the way, I think, but I don't understand how people get through the day without hearing those characters and seeing them, or just their own. Maybe that's a lot of telling to who I am as a person, but it is what it is. Now, one thing I really like about Pollyanna is her hair that is leaves. I think that's so cute. Obviously, she's strawberry themed if you haven't figured it out yet. She is such a unique character I own. Because her color palette, it all works. But when you look at it, it's like jarring. Like when you look at it, you're like, it shouldn't really work. But on a technicality, it does. And I really like that for her. I think no matter what, even if we're not like the most